Oh shit. Here we go again.
Alright, let's go. We're back again, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while since I've been here. Literally the day I uploaded my last video. As I said, I'm coming in for this goddamn story, and that's all I really care about.
Ah, the Vanguard's handler. I won't embarrass us with empty declarations of gratitude. But I will admit that, for now, we have a common goal. Let that be enough. Ido briefed me on Maya Sundaresh's echo and its ability to manipulate radiolaria. I believe Fikrul's echo does something similar to ether. Elixni fables tell of alchemy that changed the polarity of ether between light and dark. When the ether inside of living Elixni is affected, it turns them into scorn.
Interesting.
The reverse may be possible, but we won't know for certain until we claim the echo for ourselves. I am not eager to unravel another paracausal riddle, but I have looked into my people's eyes as their ether was defiled, watched their minds unravel as they rotted from within. This has never been about politics or power for Fikrul. He must be stopped.
That was my Discord, by the way. Apologies. I don't have it muted.
Welcome to my most lucrative customer. I hear your scorn hunt hit a dead end, so to speak. That might be a problem I can solve. My web vibrates with tales of something festering in the reef. Not a revival like the Tomb of Elders. Something fresh. Sounds like Fikrul's building a fiefdom on my old turf. He was always high-minded. As an Archon, he was forever bloviating on mystical matters. Calyx this, and the great machine that. Look where all his enlightenment got him in the end. Preaching to a choir of rotting corpses. But that's the way of fanatics. Trying to remake the world that everyone else expects. Can't imagine anything worse for business. I prefer my customers alive. I suggest you pay this new scorn encampment a visit. It might be the source of all our problems and their solutions.
Okay, cool.
I really can't thank you enough for your help with Aramis. We're on the same side of this fight. So long as her people are safe, it's in her best interest to help us. Just in time, too. Scouts from the House of Light found something in the reef. A formation of asteroids lashed together. Between the reckless approach to construction and their taste in architecture, it's safe to say the Scorn are involved. We're closing in on Fikrul's base of operations, and everyone's pitching in on a plan. But before you go, I have something for you. I've spent countless hours studying Nezarek's curse. I've come to believe it shares a few elements with Dark Ether. I haven't yet found a safe treatment, but I did think of a way to weaponize my experiments against the Scorn. It's just a framework for now. Collect some practical data from the field, and maybe you can make something of it.
Interesting. I guess Nezarek being similar to Dark Ether does kind of make sense, because he kind of comes back the same way that the Scorn do. This shotgun frame is not usable yet, but but you suspect that traversing Fikrul's Revenant Fortress could unlock its full potential. Act 3, Keller Kells. Bring the weapon frame to Fikrul's Fortress. Complete the exotic mission, Kells Fall. Sure. I didn't know we got an exotic mission this week, so that's something.
This must be the place. Looks like Spider's intel was solid.
So many Scorn. Why aren't they attacking?
Fikrul alone would be Kell of Kells. It is not enough to destroy my Baron. He must be seen doing it.
He's playing to the crowd. I don't like where this is headed.
He wants to 1v1 me, I guess. I mean, Fikra wants to challenge me to a one-on-one. I will take Fikra on in a one-on-one. I feel like I can probably fuck him up. But... well, that's... interesting.
Araski's the trickster. One of few to best spider in a test of wits.
Just like you, Guardian. Clint and I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Be vigilant, Slayer Baron. Araskis will return.
At the worst possible time, no doubt.
I wonder if we're just gonna fight every one of the Barons. Theoretically, he's brought them all back, right?
Oh, that appears to be some kind of musical instrument. Play us a melody, Guardian. Like one of Drifter's star shanties.
Please, Guardian. Anything but that.
It looks awfully complex for the Scorn. Could have a hidden purpose. Let's keep an ear on it.
Okay, I kind of like this. It's very, Count von Strahd, right? Very Dracula, which I guess is what they're going for. Well, that's cool, nonetheless.
Looks like a dead end.
No. There is a fell magic at work here. Examine the photon reflectors closely.
You're right. There's something off about those mirrors.
So we have weird spiky P. Well, that's crazy. Arrow switch.
Whoa! The Guardian's energy signature just changed. Where are they?
This must be an ancillary effect of Fikrul's echo. Some kind of extra-dimensional projection.
It is a reflection of his fortress. Just as the Scorn are the dark reflections of the Elixir.
Mirror gallery. That's cool. On the top right. I did only just notice that. Hello. Trickster was there. I think we'll bring him back, I guess.
See, my children. A dead thing, bringing death to our house. But we fear it no more. We are finally beyond its violence.
Interesting.
For ages, the fallen were blessed by the great machine. So self-righteous. But now it blesses the Scorn, gives the gift of life. Now we are the miracle. And how do they welcome their savior? with murder, subjugation, and jealousy.
Fickrell sees himself as like a Elixir Jesus.
Fickrell thinks of himself as some kind of savior. As if he's helping all these Elixir. It's perverse.
His delusions of greatness appeared even as an Archon in the House of Wolves. But then, as now, he seeks only to save himself from inadequacy.
He's desperate to prove that he's more than a joke played on me by the Ahamkara.
Okay, turns out I am retarded. There's apparently, I looked it up. I found an esoteric video and just fast forwarded through to this point. Down here, apparently, is where we're supposed to go. That's not clear to me. I found 2 out-of-bounds areas before I found the correct way to go, just for the record. Over here, you can just jump straight out of bounds. What fun. So you can go straight out of bounds there. I found it initially, you can fall down from the top there and get through as well. But there's also another one up here. So, just coming up here on top of this thing and you just walk out and now you're out of bounds. So that's another one that we have. Anyway, I found both of those out of bounds areas before I found the correct way. And in fact, I didn't find the correct way. I had to look it up on Esoteric's video. So that's a thing. But apparently down here is the correct direction. Look at that. Alright. Blind again, I suppose. Did I miss any... see any organ things in there? I keep my eye out for the organ notes, because I want to kind of figure out what the hell they do. I assume it's like a secret, and not a main access thing.
It's the Mindbender. Watching Fickrell bring these barons back. It's like all of our work, Kate's sacrifice, is being undone.
Heal me, please. It didn't heal me.
Follow him back to the material plane, Guardian. Don't let him escape.
Okay, he's reviving him again. I just want to make sure that I'm in the same room. I am.
Cruelty has no place here. My children will rise again and again. You approach the throne room. The final kell will soon be decided.
I'm not so sure. This whole thing feels like a spectacle for Fickrell's followers. And he's not ready for the show to end yet.
I tend to agree with Crow here. He seems to be showing off the fact that if you're my followers, you cannot die. You will rise and rise again.
Araskis returns. Do not let her slip away this time.
Araskis is dead. Alright. Fickrell in his throne room. Probably can't be a good idea, to be honest. I probably should have waited until that was over so I could pop it again, but whatever. Can I damage him yet? He's immune still. I assume I need to find a way into the mirror dimension. This looks promising. Although not yet. Well, would you look at this? Alright, just print screening that real quick. Can't damage him, which is irritating. Fickle prepares an attack. Mirror throne room. Me, you little fox. Oh, do I need to kill him with dark damage? Oh, I do need to kill him with dark damage. I think I do. Revenant empowered.
Now you see, children, how small and broken are the unrich me. Their force dwindles, their houses fall, and
That's my first proper wipe. Everything else has been gravity and jumping puzzles.
fall to Fickle, life breather.
Hangman down.
Good work, Guardian.
Oh, easy.
It looks like Ido's frame really came alive
Slayer's
during that mission.
Fang.
Yes, the energies of the Revenant plane were just the component it needed. Unfortunately, we're no closer to ending Fikrul. Or curing my father's curse.
Have patience, daughter. We must know our enemy before we defeat them. And the Guardian has discovered much of value this day.
Now we just need to locate the lost apothecary, and we'll have all the tools to finish the job.
Night Sworn Sight. Dealing final blows to targets grants Night Sworn Sight. During that time, final blows grant True Sight, reload speed, and precision damage is increased, and submunitions weaken targets. Interesting.
Eververse trades in goods we feel enhance a Guardian's journey.
True Sight, reload speed and precision damage is increased, and submunitions weaken targets. Fucking submunitions. Rounds from this weapon shatter into sub-new missions on impact, strong against Overload champions, so it's intrinsically Overload. That's cool. I assume it's a slug? It doesn't really say because it has its intrinsic trait rather than its shot model, but I assume it's a slug that then swaps into sub-munitions, but
Anything for you?
I could be wrong. Just true sight on kill. Oh yeah, I see the sub-munitions now too. Interesting. Is it also... Is it a mag-loaded shotgun as well? Did I load everything with one reload? Let's find out. Let's go do this lost sector. This is my go-to lost sector for testing. It's an enormous gun model, but, you know, I can get... I can get over that. So we probably want to group enemies, right? Whenever there's grouped enemies, it's going to be a shit ton of damage. That we have true sight. Yep, that's a mag load. So you just do a full reload. Kind of fun. Not gonna lie. And it is definitely a slug, right? I have 2 impacts there, but I don't know whether that's just got a bit more range. Yeah, it's a slug. Just sometimes the sub-munitions automatically hit, so it gives you like a second thing. Well, that's interesting. I like it. Fun exotic. Ida claps gleefully with her lower arms as you walk in. I'm so happy my frame was useful. It looks much more ferocious now. Luckily, I think it will still have plenty of room to grow. Because your shotgun is powered in part by the unique energies of the Revenant plane, she continues, it may grant additional abilities within Frickel's stronghold. It might even grant the power to see and interact with the environment in unforeseen ways, she muses. The secret you uncover could enable more of its latent power. That's interesting. Ido hefts the flail that you captured in all 4 of her hands. This weapon is loaded with heat sinks, perfect for kit bashing our brewing tonics. We can use it to introduce solar emissions to our tonics. She turns the flail over in her hands. We've come a long way. We should be able to access new tonics with this. I hope in the end it'll be enough to stop Fickrell and help my father. Oh, this is Crow's off. What a dingy little shithole. Alright, hello.
I just read Ido's report on Fickrell's fortress. Good work, Guardian.
Is that your measure of success? A report? Any Kel worth their ether would see you docked.
Yeah. Guardian, I invited Aramis to weigh in here. Ida was right. We need her intel.
Luckily, Ido's research continues, despite your incompetence. She's close to recreating a tonic that can alter the polarity of ether.
Could be key in breaking through to Fickrell.
Records from Old Reese name the plants required. Organisms genetically cultivated over centuries by eco-splicers. With fragrances and colors that have yet to exist on your drab little planet. All now extinct, withered and polluted by the whirlwind. The active ingredients might still be harvested from Earth's primitive flora. But only one still living knows what they are.
Our lost apothecary. We've got to find her.
Re-enter Fickrel's lair and fetch her at once. Fail again, and I shall be forced to take more drastic measures.
Are we just going to be repeating the mission? If so, this is going to get boring real fast. Let's debrief with Ido. According to Aramis, one of her people, an apothecary named Ixis, has been captured by Fickrel. Ixis has found a way to send messages on public frequencies from somewhere inside the Revenant fortress. Fickrel either can't intercept her messages or doesn't care she's transmitting. I've studied notes from her that Aramis has passed on, but nothing beats first-hand experience. Fickrel remains immortal, but if we can find Ixis in his fortress, she may be able to help us concoct a tonic to defeat him, or help my father. She looks at her hands. If not, I'd still be nice if you could save the life of someone who's breathed ether on the reef of old.
Guardian, we're getting ready for another attack on Fickrel's fortress. I've been doing my best to follow the apothecary's notes. It was hard to find some of the components, but I think I'm on the right track. I'm calling this the tonic of ether clarification. A way to extract the darkness from ether and suffuse it with light. If it works at all. I haven't been able to test it, and I can't be sure anything will affect Fickrel while he holds the Echo. Guardian, if you can fight your way into Fickrel's base and find the apothecary, first-hand knowledge will go a long way. Fickrel thinks he's beaten us, that you're in a stalemate, and he can toy with you. I know it's difficult, but for now, let him believe that. Take the chance to learn everything you can. We'll prove ourselves in the end.
All right, Guardian. Time to take another run at Fickrel.
I challenge you to make more of this mission than the last. The scorned Kel mocks us.
Fickrel has the Echo, yes. But the Guardian is not unarmed.
You're the expert on being unarmed.
LOL.
Now. Let's focus up. Our goals are to find the lost apothecary, explore the fortress, and empower the Guardian's new weapon. Let's go.
The trickster flees yet again. The darkness has not granted her courage.
Courage is no guarantee of victory. You have proven it many times, Aramis.
Hold up, Guardian. Something about that instrument changed. There's new playable notes.
Similar to an instrument of old Reese. Crude, but beautiful.
The scorn developing artistry, preposterous.
The power of the Echo is great. Perhaps it grants more than undeath.
Okay, well, we have my thing to play. We have... Melody sends a chill down your spine. What have you done? I don't know. Something. I've done something.
The Revenant plane shows a level of sophistication I've not seen from the Scorn.
The longer Fickrel possesses the Echo, the more his mastery will grow. As with Maya Sundaresh.
Fickrel rants about liberation as he builds an army of Elixni corpses. It's disgusting.
And familiar, yes. He speaks of unity, freedom from the great machine, hypocrisy of humanity. Aramis gave similar speeches, while Varix cheered.
I will not be compared to that maniac.
Enough. I'm done looking backward. hashing over every regret and poor decision. We've got a chance to do something good here. Let's not miss it by getting stuck in the past.
I will say, Barracks has a point. I mean, she doesn't like it, but he does have a point. Rattle the bars.
It's the apothecary. You've done it, machine spawn.
Her name is Ixis. She is of old Reese. Perhaps older than Barracks, even.
She's grateful for your help, but does not count any human as an ally. She understands all you say, but refuses to speak in your tongue. We are kindred spirits.
Nice, she's French.
Do not fear. Ido and I will win her to our cause. Araski's returns. She exhibits more courage now than she ever did as an Elixni.
Her faith in Fikrul makes her bold.
This is a big deal, Guardian. The apothecary was our last missing piece. Hopefully she'll put Ido's tonic over the top. Next time we come back here, it'll be to finish the job.
I'm glad you called, Guardian. I've been speaking with the apothecary. She's quite a character. She says you're a light-eating demon who stole the great machine. And also, thank you. She's been a great help.
Lightbearer, I feel your power. A familiar tingle in this splicer gauntlet.
Well,
Father? What are you doing on this channel?
I hear screams wrenched from the throats of the Scorn. Oh, I smell their sweet rot.
Mizraxkel! Stay where you are. I'm coming.
Take me with you, emissary of pain. I will rip the echo from the Scorned Archon myself. We will devour their fear. Free me.
Guardian? Are you still there? I'm sorry. Mizraxkel is rarely himself anymore. I've sedated him for his own sake. We're almost finished with the tonic. Whether it will cure him or not is unknown. I'd best get back to work.
Nezarec is powerful. Pulling himself back to the real world. Ido shakes her head. My father is sedated, but he'll soon return as his compromised self. He's been speaking with that other voice more often than his own. Now that you've helped me establish direct connection with Ixis, I've had unfettered access to a tonic experience, and I think we've made a breakthrough. I've left you something at the holo projector, along with instructions on how to use it. You good, buddy?
Guardian, this will be the best and final test of what we have learned together. This tonic will alter the ether that flows through Fikrul's body, filling him with light. While the potion runs its course, he will be Elixni, not Scorn. My hope is that Fikrul will be cut off from his dark ether just long enough for you to put an end to him. To bring him a final death, as the ghosts say. I've had an injector prepared and delivered to you. I wish we could have tested it first. But we have to take advantage of Fikrul's arrogance while we can. I know you can do this, Slayer Baron. Our house trusts in you.
Okay. Left your paracausal injector at the holo console. over what you're saying. Filled with the tonic of ether clarification, this injector feels sharp enough to pierce Fickle's heart. Fair enough. What is this? Tonic will transfer following effects for 104 minutes. Complete activities and defeat combatants for a chance to earn one of the following rewards. Ascendant Shard. I like that one. A tonic actually worth using? Incredible.
All is prepared for a final battle, Slayer Baron. Soon the Kell of Kells will be decided, yes? Since the House of Rain prophecy, many fought to unite Elixni. Varix was one of them. Much ether was spent over empty hopes, creating enemies, building nothing. When Mizraxkel made peace, House Salvation saw cowardice. We were haunted by memories of old Reese. Prosperity, songs, kin, all vanished. We thought, with power, we will reclaim our home. But the more power we grasped, the further we drifted, until we became the whirlwind we fled. Now, there are only two. All other Kells fallen. All other houses ruined. Finally, Varix understands. What is lost, yes. We cannot reclaim, cannot go back. Varix's time is gone. He can preserve our history, but is not our future. That belongs to Mizraxkel, Ido, and the House of Light.
All right, Guardian. This is our last best chance to shut down Fikrul.
The concoction you carry will alter his ether, making him vulnerable for a short time.
Tear him open. Decorate his throne with blood. Then I alone will reign.
Father, you shouldn't be here. You're not yourself.
He will stay. If we succeed, he will be Kell of Kells. He should witness this. Curse be damned.
I prefer to use the elixir on him and try and stop him from being, you know. I also like that there are more tough bad guys on the lead up to the wall as you go. Quite cool. Nice touch.
I smell fear behind the trickster's grin. Delicious. Where are we? Have we found Fikrul?
Welcome back, Mizraxkel. Try to stay with us. The Guardian is closing in. The instrument. It's been fully repaired.
There must be one nearby who tends to it.
We should find them. I would be most curious to meet a Scorn musician.
I realize it stops recording when I alt tab. If I do the original ones again, is that relevant? Hello everybody, post-recorded, Tom here. I'm just going to put up on the screen now all of the codes that I found The only one that I actually needed help with is I found a code that didn't seem to do anything, and I couldn't figure out what it did. So I looked it up, and that code, I got told essentially just, without any spoilers, to just play it in reverse after you've played it the first time in the normal way. So we'll go over them now. First, we have the things that give you the upgrade to the shotgun. They give you like extra intrinsics for your shotgun. They are all here. The next ones are a couple of upgrades to the recipes that you get for your tonics. And there's just 2 of those that I found. And then finally is the secret code. And this is the one that you have to do once normally and then once backwards. And it will take you, as I will show you, well, in fact, I'll just show you what it does right now because it's actually kind of cool in the video. But anyway, back to the actual programming, as it were. Bye. And finally, there's this really weird one. It's long as hell, and I don't know if it's actually real. And I've told I'm supposed to try that one backwards as well, so let's try it backwards as well. Interesting. I never would have found this on my own.
This must be the scorned musician who created the organ. I have so many questions. Oh no. They seem quite upset to have been disturbed. This is not how I imagined this going at all.
I never would have found this on my own. I found the pattern, and I couldn't figure out what the hell this pattern did. All the other ones I figured out what they did, but this one I had no idea, so I googled it, and it's like, play it backwards. And, secret boss turns out, which is fun. Okay, slugs work. Jesus.
Everything here end in violence. I was sure our mutual appreciation for music would create common ground.
The Scorn seek to exterminate us. Violence is our common ground.
Well, that was cool. So I found those symbols all along the ground, and I wrote them all down. But I never would have thought to play them backwards as well. So thanks to whoever did the, I'm gonna go this way as well just to check some things, but thank you to whoever I saw that message from. Some random dude on Reddit, but the try playing them backwards was, it's quite good.
This place grows like a tumor on reality, leeching the very life from those who enter. An inspiration for my rule as Kell of Kells.
Please, Father. You don't mean that.
Finally, the cursed Kell arrives to accept his defeat. The fall of his house.
Need dialogue.
His ascent into darkness. The Echo's power eats through the Elixir, degrading their ether from within. Scorn waits just beneath their carapaces, eager to rupture forth. evolving, becoming anew, as am I.
An interesting point, actually. I guess, like, I kind of assume that Nezarec was one of the Tormentor beings, but it's more than possible that he just took over the body of a Tormentor being, right? So, like, if he came back now, he would come back through Misrax, which would make him an Elixni, effectively. Or Scorn, I guess, because he'd probably corrupt it into darkness, but it's interesting.
Listen, my friends. I must speak quickly. I struggle to keep the curse at bay. Once Fikrul's reign is over, if my curse cannot be abated, my leadership must pass to another. I will not dethrone Fikrul, only to become him.
Have faith, Father. Everyone here has worked tirelessly to prepare this assault. It will not fail.
I speak not from lack of faith, but an abundance of love for you and my house.
I understand, Mizraxkel. If the worst should happen, the Vanguard will protect your people. Even from you, if necessary.
Once Fikrul falls, we must be ready to retrieve the Echo.
It will be mine by rights. Your shell demands it.
The Echo is of old race. It belongs to the Elixni. Not some disgraced god clawing its way back into existence.
The apothecary is free to go. Why is she still here?
She does not think Fikrul will turn her into a Revenant. Her knowledge of ether is too valuable. Besides, she has no desire to live with humans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Instead, she will study the Revenants and report findings to Ido.
That's insane. Imagine staying with the Scorn willingly.
She says you overestimate the appeal of your city. And suggests you dock yourself in a most exotic fashion.
It can't not be funny, the fact that their punishment is docking.
Throws her life away for the final
As in,
time.
like, docking their arms is what it means. You cut their arms off, is the point, but, well, if you know what docking is, you know what docking is. If you don't look it up. But it is funny to me. I will say, every time they say it, it makes me laugh. Oh, hello, Fikrul. take that bitch. Alrighto. Vision of old Reese.
This is old Reese. The Reese of my youth. Do you hear that, Guardian? The echo speaks to us. It is a memory of old Reese, of a moment before the whirlwind, during an age of heroes. The echo wants to return home, to make Reese, all of this, whole again. And it wants me as its new bearer. I accept, but I have conditions.
Interesting.
She cannot be trusted with power. She knows only war. After all I've done for our people, the echo belongs to I alone can kill Kells. First and last, there are no others.
He's eradicating Nezarec out of him.
I can feel it. The light flowing through me once more. You have my gratitude. Aramis.
Was that part of a bargain? It might have been. Seems like the echoes are somewhat sentient, which is interesting.
I greet you in the light once again, Guardian. You have prevented another whirlwind, and brought honor to the title of Slayer Baron. I am now Kell of Kells, but I do not embrace it with 4 arms. Though I feel the light flow through me once more, I fear the God of Pain will always be with me, a lingering note of discord in my blood. I thought to make Aramis or Varric's Kell of Kells, but they refused. Aramis offered me the Echo, but I could not accept. It has chosen her. Ido would keep the Echo in Soul to clarify the ether of the Scorn, but it is too great a threat. We cannot risk another mass corruption. Instead, Aramis will take the Echo far from this system. Perhaps she can finally create a new Elixni homeworld, as she always dreamed. Besides, House Light has all it needs here. Kin, allies, and the great machine above.
Aramis actually creating Reese Reborn.
I'm the scribe of our house. Even so, I don't know if I can find the right words to thank you for everything you've done. My father's soul is intact. The houses of light and salvation are safe. And you made all of this possible. I really should thank you formally as a Slayer Baron of our house. But I hope you know that I consider you a true friend. I don't know if we can call Aramis a friend, but I owe her much. She could have taken the Echo and abandoned us, but she chose to help. Do you think our talks over the last few weeks got through to her? I'd like to think so. You gave her the chance to put some good in the world. Thank you for placing your faith in both of us, Guardian. The truth is, none of us can say what the future will bring. Maybe Varix really will rebuild the House of Judgment. Maybe we'll divide into many houses once again. Maybe the Elixni will drift away from Sol and find new worlds. For now, my people have a new Kell to unite them. To lead them along a path very different from the one that the Kells of old envisioned for us. Whatever comes, you'll always have a place in that future, Guardian. And a place in the House of Light.
It's a nice speech. I think, very much so, Ido is pretty much the entirety of the reason that Aramis came round. Because she sees in Ido the kind of... It's the ideal of what she wants, right? Like an innocent Elixni. And she wants to be able to have an innocent Elixni prosper under her leadership. It's just she couldn't really see that because she was so... so stuck in her ways, I guess. So I want to go talk to Spider.
So, you restored order to the reef, eh? Good thing, too. My scavenger crews were on the verge of mutiny. I'll admit, you deserve a measure of credit. Not actual credit, of course, and certainly not for me. The real distinction belongs to Ido and Aramis.
Probably true.
Apparently, the ship stealer is embracing her name again, prepping a salvation catch for an interstellar haul. It's ironic. After all her flailing, Aramis finally created a new era for the Elixni. By junking off for good. Safe drift, I say. Huh? Now, the Kell of Kells is undisputed, and business can resume. Of course, there'll be upstarts and rabble-rousers. Plenty of Elixni still hate the Vanguard. But you'll put them back in line, eh? After all, the light provides.
That kind of is an issue they're going to have.
Oh, it's good to be back on top.
Alright, Spider. Settle down, buddy. It's a good point, though, is that we're fighting Elixni all over the system, and now they don't have a leader. It kind of makes it more... I don't know, it feels more gamey, if that makes any sense. Because if you think about it like, over here. If you think about it like, from a previous perspective, we had Aramis, so if you're fighting Elixni, you're like, oh, they could just be like offshoots of House Salvation, right? They're still our enemies. Because there's no leaded faction of Elixni that is fighting against us, it's a bit weird we're going in and slaughtering thousands of Elixni, you know? But whatever. I can get over that.
Guardian, I wanted to drop a quick thank you. I've learned a lot from my first assignment as Hunter Vanguard, and I couldn't have done it without you. Looking back, I might have been a little uptight about the rules. I didn't want to take too many risks on my first time out. Being Hunter Vanguard is a risky business. No way around it. I'm sure Cade would agree. And our riskiest move of all, setting Aramis free, ended up being our saving grace. The Echo chose her to cure Mizrax Kell and rebuild Old Reese. Her devotion to her people outweighed her hatred of humanity after all.
Pretty much.
And now that Mizrax is Kell of Kells, she can leave in good conscience, knowing that the Elixni of Sol are in good hands. Of course, that still leaves the city leaders. They're pretty upset that Aramis is in the wind.
Yeah, fuck them.
But they'll forget about her soon enough.
Exactly, she's gone.
Not me, though. I'll remember her as an unrelenting headache who helped put Uldren's most desperate mistake to rest and changed the course of Elixni history forever.
Alright, I think we've got one hollow projector, and that's probably about it. But oh, hey, Aramis.
Machine spawn. This is Aramis of No House, Echo Bearer, and Voice of Reese.
Nice.
I reach you from the outer edges of Seoul, where I am departing this war-torn slum forever. That I leave my people under your blithe tyranny shall be another of my unavoidable regrets. The Echo believes I am still worthy, but I am not so certain. I've been drifting for so long now. I barely remember who I was in this place. The Kell I am now has scars, faults, debts to repay. I've made so many compromises. Can I truly say I am of old Reese? Ida would have me stay, of course, using my new power to reclaim Scorn from the darkness. But the Echo calls me home. Its song resonates through every drop of my being. It sounds like gusts of ether flowing through canyons, roiling as clouds and condensing as dew, nourishing a paradise safe from humanity and the great machine. My kin will once again be weavers and dancers, instead of the scrabbling insects you made us. Soon enough, the machine spawn will be no more than a legend to frighten hatchlings. I shall build a new life with my family, and think of you no more.
Fair enough. There's still hatred there, but it's hatred, but it's not as, I don't know, focused. Not as all-consuming, I guess, is one way to put it, I suppose. I think that was a pretty good conclusion, to be honest. The first two acts were very underwhelming because they were very, very short. They were essentially like a mission, and then they were just done, and they felt like they ended really quickly. This last one was a pretty good conclusion to the story they were telling, but I felt like it had some problems as well, in that it was essentially just the same mission 3 times. There were slight variations in the mission, and I liked the little weird minigame with the organ. That was really cool. I liked that quite a bit. But it was still essentially the same mission run 3 times in a row, which is probably stemming from the fact that you were going to run this 3 times, like once per week, and it was going to evolve every week, would be my assumption. But that's like, I was going to say the growing pains of having this weird system that they've got set up where they just don't really know what to do with the timing of their releases. But it's hard to say growing pains for a game that's fucking 15 years old or whatever. Destiny is right now, like 10 years old, I think. But still, it's like, it's hard to give them like good grace when you're already that old. But I think all in all, I did quite enjoy this. I like the idea of making Miss Raz the Kell of Kells. I like the idea of Aramis taking the Echo and leaving to create Old Reese again. That's cool. Literally creating Reese Reborn properly this time, as opposed to what she tried to do on Europa. So, like, I like the story beats, but I don't know, the gameplay in between them just isn't very good. Don't get me wrong, the exotic quest was cool, the shotgun is a cool shotgun, but having the entire story do this exotic quest 3 times in a row is like, I mean, it's not good gameplay. It's a fun quest, but doing it 3 times in a row is a bit excessive. Anyway, that's about it. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I don't know the next time I'm going to be doing Destiny. I might grind out the season pass just because I've bought it, you know. What am I sitting on now? Like 80-ish, I think. Yeah, 79. 122 levels is kind of a lot. But it's one of those things where I've technically paid for it already, so I want to use it, you know what I mean? It's just going to waste if I don't. Maybe I will just, like, once a week I will log on and do as many of these challenges as feasible. There's probably a bunch in here that I can do relatively easily, because they give big chunks of experience, so maybe that's the way to do it. Do some of these ones. Bosses in Vanguard Strikes, so just smash out a bunch of Vanguard Strikes. Shotguns in Onslaught, that gives you a bunch of XP too. Like, there's a bunch of things I can do here to probably get it done. But it's just... it's tedious and I don't really want to play it. But it's literally a sunk cost. They call it a fallacy, but it's not really at this point because I've paid for it. I just need to actually play to get my benefit for it, you know? Anyway, that's gonna be it. I'm kind of disillusioned with Destiny at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. But, as I said, like, subscribe, all that kind of jazz. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.